Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to Addicted to Games. My name is Eddie and today I would like to share with you my pickups of last month. Let's have a look. On the PS4 side of things, I picked up or I bought myself some limited run games. Now this is kind of special because I try not to pick up all of the limited run games. It's true, I'm one of those people that really like owning games physically. It's kind of typical for a collector, but if I would pick up all of the games, it would cost me a lot of money, and I don't want to spend all my gaming budget on limited run games, so I only pick up the games I really want to play. And most of the time it's the games that strike one of the nostalgic chords, as this one did. It's Double Dragon 4. Now this game got some pretty bad reviews or mediocre reviews. I don't really care. I like to check out the games myself to form my own opinion, and it has happened before that a game has been named as a crappy game is a game that I really like. So yeah, had to pick this one up. Same story as Double Dragon 4 for this game, River City Melee Battle Royale SP. Again, some pretty bad reviews. I'm wondering if people don't expect too much of these nostalgic theme games. For me, having played most of the originals back in the day when I was a kid, it reminds me of how gaming was back in the day. So maybe I'm living or seeing these games differently than younger gamers. I don't know, but I really like these kind of games. And then the last limited run game was is Windjammers. Man, this game I really love. This version is still sealed, and that's because I couldn't wait to play the game, and I bought it online as on the PSN store just to check it out. This one will get open eventually, as all of my other still sealed games, because I don't really like collecting sealed games. My opinion is that these games are made to be played, not to be stuffed away on a shelf in their original plastic. I don't see the use of it. If you like collecting sealed games, no offense, everyone has to do what he likes to do, but for me, games need to be played, so this one will be opened soon. For me, it's a nostalgic trip because I played Windjammers on the Neo Geo CD and back in the arcades, and as the price for an IS card is rocketing, this is the best thing I could do. I also got myself a copy of South Park: The Fractured But Whole, the deluxe edition on PS4. Last year or 2 years ago I played the previous South Park on PS3. I really loved the game. It was funny as hell. Generally I don't like RPG games, but the previous South Park changed my mind. So I'm curious if this game will continue to get my attention, because the gameplay has changed a bit in the second installment. So curious if this game is something for me. I also got myself a copy of Prey. Prey is a really good first-person shooter in my opinion. It's from the makers of the Dishonored games. I'm curious how the game will continue. I just started the game, so I didn't see a whole lot of it yet, but the part I've seen is really beautiful and really good. I also got myself a copy of Chromia Omega. This is a twin stick shooter. I've heard some pretty good things about this one. I never played it, but I'm looking forward to give it a go. Another game I just started playing is Caladrius Blaze. This is or Caladrius Blaze if you want. This is a vertical shoot 'em up. I have to tell you guys, I really love shoot 'em up games, but at the same time, I really suck at them. So I'm really jealous of all you guys who are playing them like pros and flying or running through them like it is nothing. For me, it's really hard. These kinds of games, not especially this one, but I need much time to advance in these games. I also got myself a copy of Assassin's Creed Origins, the Deluxe Edition. Really love the Assassin's Creed games, and yeah, it's true, there were some of the previous installments were buggy and needed big updates and all kinds of stuff, but I still like the Assassin's Creed games, and I like the Egypt team in this one. I'm only 2 or 3 hours into this game, so yeah, life gets in the way from time to time. So really looking forward to finish this one and hopefully get a platinum trophy as I did in the previous installments. I also got myself a copy of Yakuza 0. Played Yakuza Kiwami last year. I got the Steelbook edition. Really love the game. It was the very first Yakuza game I ever played, so kind of logic I picked up this one. It will be one of the very first games I will be starting when I finish off the games I'm playing right now. I have to get ready because there's also Yakuza Kiwami 2 that's coming, and Yakuza 6 is also announced. It has been delayed recently. I'm not mad about it. I need some time to pick up slack and work myself through my Yakuza backlog. The same lady also sold me a copy of Need for Speed Payback. Same story. I really love the Need for Speed games, and yeah, some of the games were mediocre, I should say. I'm thinking of Need for Speed Run maybe. But generally, I finish all my Need for Speed games once I start them. It will be the same thing with this one. The previous Need for Speed game, I also got a platinum trophy. So I'm looking forward to get into this game and see what Ghost and EA have done with this game. And then the same lady also sold me a copy of the Crew Ultimate Edition. I already owned one of the previous versions of the Crew, but I never played it. And as it requires an internet connection, I guess I shouldn't wait any much longer to play this one before servers go offline or are dead. So yeah, kind of curious to check this one out as I'm a real racing game fanatic. And then the very last game, PS4 game that I picked up last month is a copy of Trials Fusion, the Awesome Max Edition. For me, this is an ideal game to have a quick blast. It's easy to get into, it's much fun and easy to get out of also. So if you're on a tight time schedule and you need a game to play quick and dirty, this is an ideal game to do so. So yeah, on the Xbox kind of things, I got myself a copy of Kengo Zero. This is a head-to-head fighting game, a 3D head-to-head fighting game. I'm trying to collect all of the exclusives for all of the Xbox consoles, so pretty obvious I had to have this one in my collection then. On the Xbox One, I got myself a copy of Rush, a Disney Adventure. It's also an Xbox exclusive, and it seemed kind of nice to play this one with my daughter when she gets a little bit older. So it was pretty obvious I had to pick this one up. I also got myself a copy of Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One. I guess this was a kind of a near release game on the Xbox One. So yeah, pretty happy to have this one in the collection now. And then, last but not least, I got myself Forza 5 for Xbox One. And this is, believe it or not, one of the only reasons, together with Rare Replay and Killer Instinct, that I got myself an Xbox One. I picked it up last year with the Black Friday deals. It was at a very good price, solely to play those 3 games. I never played a Forza game before. I own many of them, but I didn't have the time to play them because you have to make choices, obviously, when you got a really big game collection. But now I'm currently playing Forza 5 and Forza Horizon 3. The Horizon series are not really my kind of thing with the open world kind of thing, but this really is a game I like. Stepping over to the Wii U now, I guess it's a really underrated game system, and for me it goes, it will follow the same legacy as the Dreamcast. So every time I get the opportunity to pick something up for the Wii U, and I'm not really hesitating or complaining. Last month I got myself a Pokken Tournament controller. I don't own Pokken Tournament yet. But I really like the design of this controller. It seems very comfortable and way more handy than the big tablet to play fighting games. So sooner or later I will come across the game itself. It's really kind of expensive still in the stores right now, but the controllers are being cleared out. So it was an ideal opportunity to get the controller already. And then in the same store I found myself a copy of Terraria on the Wii U. I don't really think it's my kind of game, but yeah, the price was really low, so got myself a copy, and maybe sooner or later I will have the opportunity and the time to try this one out. I also got 2 Japanese import games for the PS1, and the first one is Hermie Hopperhead. Now, Hermie Hopperhead is a really good platformer game. It's your typical platformer. It kind of reminded me of the Tomba or Tombi series if you live in Europe, Tomba in America. It's for me it's kind of the same style. It's a total different game, but graphically speaking, it reminded me of it, and also the Klonoa series maybe. So this one was on my wish list for quite some time now, and I'm really happy that I own it in the collection. And the second Japanese game, Japanese exclusive for PS1, was Tobal 2. Tobal is a 3D fighting game. I never played the very first Tobal game, and I'm kind of curious what this game is all about. So yeah. I also got 3 games for the PS3. The first of them is Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. I already owned the first 2 installments, and thanks to Jurgen, I now got the third installment. It's a 3D mech-based fighting game, I guess. I didn't play the first 2 in the series, so I'll have to make it up someday. The second game I got is Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I finished this game actually on the PS4. And why buy it on the PS3 then? Because if you don't know it yet, I'm silently dreaming about having a complete PS3 collection. So anytime I stumble upon PS3 games I don't already own and the price is right, I have to pick them up. So very good game. It's not as good as the second game in my personal opinion, but good game nonetheless. And then the last game is also a game I got through Jurgen, and that's The Sims 3. It's an expansion with some some animal kind of theme. But believe it or not, I never played one of the Sims games yeah, in my life. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem appealing to me. But maybe I will have to give it a chance and discover something new. Next up are my pickups for the PS2, and we're starting off with Family Guy, the video game. I really like the cartoon series, and most of the time those cartoon-based games on PS2 are hit or miss. Futurama is a great game. I hope Family Game is kind of the same quality-wise, but I don't know. I'll have to try it out. If some of you guys already played this one, please leave a comment in the section down below. The second PS2 game is also a cartoon-based game. It's Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown. I don't really know what this game is all about. I don't really know the Fairly Odd Parents game license, cartoon license. So yeah, it will be something new to discover for me. And then the third game would be an ideal game on those rainy days outside, and it's Monopoly. I guess I don't have to tell you guys what this game is all about. The fourth game is a game I'm really happy to be able to add to the collection, and that's Odin Sphere on the PS2. This really looks like a very good game. I'm looking forward to play this one anytime near I fire up the good old PS2 system. The next game is kind of a shelf filler, but as I told you before, I'm kind of dreaming of a full PS3 collection, and in the same kind of way I'm also dreaming about a full PS2 collection, which is rather obvious, difficult to complete because of the many number of titles on the PS2. But I picked up a Mythmaker's Order of Doom. It kind of reminds me of Super Monkey Ball in a way. Never played it, but I will definitely check it out sooner or later. I also got myself a copy of Legend of Kai. I got the sequel on the Wii U also, so I'm very happy to add this to the collection. Now I can play them in order and first try this one out and then play the sequel. I also got myself a copy of Phantasy Star Universe. I don't think this is a game for me, but as it wasn't included in a job lot I bought, and I didn't own it yet, so yeah, I picked it up and I will be adding it to the collection. The next game is Ring of Red on the PS2. It's a Konami game. It's a kind of war-based game. I don't know what it's all about. I never played it, so I will definitely have to check it out. The next game is Aeon Flux or Aeon Flux. I don't know how you have to pronounce it in English. If I remember right, it's kind of a stealthy game with some Splinter Cell elements, but yeah, sooner or later, as I told you guys, I will have to check them out eventually. The next game I got is Red Ninja End of Honor. It seems like a really nice action game. I also got myself a copy of Circus Maximus Chariot Wars. As the title says, it's a game. It's a racing and fighting action game in which you are driving around in chariots in the Roman Empire time, and your goal is to finish first and to knock out all of your opponents. Yeah, sounds kind of nice. And then the very last game on the PS2 collection for today is Buzz Junior Jungle Party. Obviously, this is not a game I would play all by myself, but as my daughter got 4 years old recently, correction, time flies by. I guess this is an ideal game to play with her. So the first time she's at home on holiday and we fire up the PS2, this game will be played together. And then another PS2 pickup, a really nice pickup, which made me really happy, is the Pop and Music pack with Pop and Music 10 and the Pop and Music controller. This is another Japanese exclusive, so I bought it out of eBay from Mr. Yamatoku himself. This is the Pop and Music 10 game that came included with the controller, and then the controller itself looks like this. It's a big chunk of plastic, and the buttons seem kind of crappy. But I'm looking forward to testing this out on my Japanese PS2, as I really like all sorts of rhythm games like DJ Hero and Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So kind of obvious that sooner or later I would pick this one up, and believe it or not, I would also like to own the same controller for the Dreamcast. As this video is getting kinda lengthy, I will be cutting it up in 2 pieces, so this is the end of the first piece of my pickups for the month of January. I hope that you liked the video so far. Please subscribe or like below, and if you got some comments, please drop them in the space below. Thanks, and see you in the part 2 of my pickups video for the month of January.